What is up, everybody? It's Rev time. I hope you're all doing well. Today I want to talk about how the Tilt Overdrive stacks with other pedals. So in this case, I'm going to show you guys how it stacks with the G2 by Revv, but also a higher gain pedal, which is a pedal called the Filaments by Mr. Keeley. Now this one's been out for a minute, but it's a cool kind of high gain, a little bit more maybe modern sounding pedal. So I thought that would be a fun one to hit with the Tilt. Now, of course, at the top of this video in my playing, I was just kind of showing you like this bass tone is just my D20, and then I'm adding the boost side of the Tilt to it to just kind of wake things up. To just kind of drive the amp, make it a little bit brighter, probably present in a track a little bit better. So it sounds great for that. Before I go any further, I just want to give a shout out to the Revv amplification community. If you guys are on the Facebook, please do go and check that out. There'll be a link in the description below. It's a cool community, bunch of Revv cats that just kind of hang out and chat about gear and how they set things up and all that cool stuff. So check that out. And also please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed, and ring that bell. It just really helps the channel because we basically do something twice a week. So we've got the Rev Time video, which I normally do, which is going to hit usually on a Sunday or a Monday. And then we also have Gear and Beer, which is a live stream that happens every Wednesday. So you'd be notified when those come on. The Gear and Beer thing's kind of a cool hang. It's literally what you think it is. It's just dudes hanging around that are guitar players, and we pick our favorite beers and we just talk about whatever gear we happen to be messing with at the time. It's not always about Revv products. It's all kinds of different stuff. So, please, check that out as well. So without further yammering on, let me kind of show you what I've got going. I'm going to just turn on the G2 pedal. I've got it set up for, I would say, medium gain. Now, without changing anything, I'll just turn on the boost side of the Tilt so you can hear how the boost would hit this pedal. Now I could also hit the G2 with the drive side of the Tilt. And that sounds pretty big. It's kind of sounds like a stacked kind of amp thing. And here's just the drive on the Tilt. So I've got it dialed really low gain. G2, the two together. But if you didn't want it to sound as stacked, then you could just use the boost side. And you can see I've got the boost side dialed with the the bass cut or tight switch, cutting out the most low end. You can put it in the center. Sounds pretty big, but I like it more with a bit of cut. So in that case, I turn the boost way up. As I turn the boost up that much, then I can keep turning the tilt to the left, which is going to cut lows and add highs, so it never gets out of control like boomy. So that's boost, drive, and into the G2, which is maybe a bit much, but you can do it if you're crazy that way. It actually sounded cool. Let's check out the filaments, and then I'll dial in the boost to kind of do more. Okay, let's add the boost to it and see what we get. Something's out of tune. Okay, so this is a pretty big tone by itself. I'm going to go ahead and roll the bass out of it. And then we'll add the boost. So in this case, I was more dialing in kind of a solo, like a more cutting solo tone. And you could see me kind of turning the tilt to the right, which is actually cutting top end because I thought it was a little too strident. So I think this sounds cool. And I don't think it needs quite as much boost. So that's how it hits something like the filaments. There's already so much gain on tap here, but I just thought it would be cool to use this more as like a kind of a tone tweaker. So if this was like your bass thing, which sounds pretty big, and then you could add the boost to it. That sounds pretty cool. There's a little bit of noise there, but it's just because we have so much gain going on, and then we're, you know, boosting into that amount of gain, but it still sounds great. It's not, you know, a ridiculous amount of noise, but it's going to happen. That's just kind of part of it. If you're going to use that much gain to begin with, and then hit it with boost or even more gain, it's going to hiss a little bit, but it's whatever. It's like you're not going to hear it. Really, at least I've never let anything like that stop me. I would never hear that in a track. So anyways, I hope that gives you guys an idea of how well this will stack with other pedals. I haven't found it to really argue much. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought. And also, if you have a Tilt, how are you using it? Are you using it to stack into other pedals or more as a kind of a standalone? It'd be interesting to know. And as always, I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you next time.